loving God? I mean, that's like a huge thing. That's a big question, isn't it? How do I love this God that I know is there, and I can hear his voice, I can sense him around me, I can feel him leading me, and like this morning, I can feel him inside of me and doing things, but how do I love something I can't even see? How many of you know we know how to love people? I can come up and give a big old hug to my friend. I can give him a big old hug. I can give my wife a good old kiss. I know how to show love, give the high five, the swing low. I know how to show love to people, but how do I love God? Write this in your notes. Today I want you to walk away knowing this. How do I become revolutionary in how I love God? Revolutionary love for God is displayed in sacrifice. Revolutionary love for God. The way that I'm going to show my love for God. The way that you are going to show your love for God. I don't know about you. It can become overwhelming sometimes when I think, how do I show love to God? I think about how he showed love to me. He sent his son to die on a cross so that in my life I can have hope of eternity. I can have hope of destiny and purpose. And that makes sense. I mean, that's a tangible thing. But compared to that, how can me being so... This is the God that opened his mouth and created the heavens and the earth. And he's an incredibly huge God. How can me as a little person ever show love for God? I show revolutionary love to God in sacrifice. I show love to God in sacrifice. Turn to Luke chapter 18 if you have your Bibles. We're going to be flipping around just a little bit today. Luke chapter 18. In Luke 18, we find Jesus. He's talking with a crowd of people like he so often does, and he's teaching them this revolutionary message that is transforming them, it's impacting them, and he's talking with them about what it means to live the life of a follower of God. He's talking with them about what it means to lay down everything to come and follow God. So in Luke chapter 18, you read about a man that comes to Jesus, and he asks him a very direct question. Look what it says. It's Luke 18, verse 18. It says, a certain ruler asked him, talking about Jesus, "Good teacher, what must I do to inherit eternal life?" What must I do to inherit eternal life? He comes to Jesus and he says, I hear what you're talking about. I understand what you're saying about being different. And I'll tell you the truth. Doing all these laws, I can do that, but it's just not getting to me this place of knowing God and knowing he's with. I just am not feeling this. How do I get to a place where I have eternal life? And it's interesting, because when he says the word life, he uses a Greek word, and it's the word zoe. Everybody say zoe. You guys with me? Everybody say Zoe. Say it. Zoe. That's kind of fun. It say Zoe. Yeah, Zoe. It's a word for life in the Greek language that didn't just mean breathing like I'm alive, like I have a heartbeat going, all right? It's not just the word life, like you're an animate creature that can walk and talk. No. The word life is so much more than that. When he says, I want eternal life, he's talking about having an everlasting ability to walk in the abundance and the fulfillment of purpose in his life. See, Zoe was a place where people spent their life the way they lived in the abundance of God.